What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/AmITheButthole. Alright, this story's called, Am I the Butthole for Leaving After My Fiancé Handed Me a Pack of Toothpicks as a Gift? I, female 30, have been engaged to my fiancé, 37 male, for 6 months. He is a pediatrician and I work as a hairstylist. For this year's holidays, I saved up for months and had a very difficult time buying my fiancé the gift he always wanted but never bothered to buy. I bought him a PS5 from a relative that cost more money since I couldn't find it anywhere else. I can't tell you how much of a struggle that was. My fiancé recently opened a private practice with his colleagues and his financial situation is better than it used to be. This year he gifted his parents his old apartment. He didn't tell me about that and gave his brother his old Mercedes after spending money on customization. He got busy a few days before Christmas and didn't ask what I wanted as a gift. I brought up the things that I might need or use and the possibility of getting them as a gift for this year. He was listening and understood what I was saying. At that point, I thought that he got an idea. On Christmas Day, the family came to celebrate with us. Everyone got their gifts and I saw that he got me a pack of toothpicks. He handed it to me and I was so confused. I asked him and he said it was for me. His younger sister started laughing quietly like it was funny. I blinked in astonishment. Like, what is this? He acted like I was making it awkward. He looked serious and asked if I was going to accept it or whether he should just give it to his niece. I couldn't believe he just said that. I asked if he was serious and he insisted that I just take it and thanked me for the PS5 I got him and told me that he loved me. At that point, I lost it. I went to the bathroom while his family were giggling for some reason, and I felt so awful I almost cried. He knocked on the door and told me that he was just messing with me, that it was just a prank, and that it was his sister's idea. I lost it. I started yelling at him and the whole family gathered near the bathroom and watched when I was yelling at him and calling him a butthole for doing this to me. What's worse is that his sister recorded my reaction for the LOLs so she could laugh about it later. I told him he was childish and insensitive. He argued that it was no big deal when he embarrassed me in front of his parents like that. We argued and then I left to my mom's house. He called me saying I overreacted and that he didn't think this would be my response. His mom berated me for ruining dinner and everyone's mood and causing a scene during a phone call saying I upset my fiancé by leaving all of a sudden. My mom thought they were all in the wrong for being part of this and I had no idea what the joke was, honestly. The next day he showed up with my actual gift and started apologizing to me saying that it was his sister who came up with the idea and used it as an excuse. This was not okay and I don't think anyone would be okay with this. What? Edit. To answer your question, his sister is 23. She's the youngest of 4. He's the oldest. I'm a plant lover and my gift was something to do with gardening. I grow a lot of plants in the backyard. It's what I love to do. Yes. Sorry, OP, you are the butthole here. It's just an innocent prank. He got you another gift and you freaked out on him, okay? Just because you get someone a nice gift, and which is a good thing, doesn't mean you're entitled to getting something really special. Obviously, they should get you something special, but like, it was just a prank. That was like the most innocent prank I've ever seen. So, sorry, OP, you're in the wrong-go here, in my opinion. I don't see how anyone else would be in the wrong. OP's fiance apologized, got her another gift, explained everything, like, and it's family. I don't see the issue. Okay, what I am seeing though as a potential wrongdoing on a fiance's part is he didn't defend her. But she blew up on him to begin with. Oof, man. She escalated it, man. OP, I'm sorry, you escalated it way beyond where it needed to be. Oh boy. Like, yes, potential wrongdoing on both sides, like, but I don't know the relationships between OP and in-laws, okay? So I don't know if that prank from the sister was innocent and they joke around like that and she's always like that, or she's actively trying to make them feel bad. I don't know. All right, this story's called, Am I the Butthole for Yelling at My Dad, 51 male and calling him a monster for what he gave my sister, 30 female, as a Christmas gift. My 28 female, okay, OP is 28 female, sister, Amanda, who is 30 and female, never met her biological mom. My dad, 51 male, raised her alone until she was barely 1. My dad and my mom got married in 1992. Amanda knew that my mom wasn't her bio mom. She started pressuring my dad for information on her mom when she was around 17. My dad always gave her vague answers and refused to talk about her biological mom, which put a strain on their relationship. Enter our uncle, 49 male, and he revealed the family secret, apparently. Amy's mom wanted a get-out-of-baby card. She was 19, but my dad and his parents were able to bribe her. They offered her money if she followed up with the pregnancy, and she accepted. My grandparents sold one of their houses and gave her half of that money to Amy's mom when the pregnancy was viable. Whoa! And the other half she received when she waived her parental rights over to Amy to let my mom adopt her when she was 4. Some nice grandparents. My uncle wasn't supposed to tell her that. My grandparents were furious. Amy stopped her crusade to meet her biological mom, and her relationship with my dad went back to normal. Amy never mentioned her biological mom again. A month ago, Amy found out that she was pregnant. The pregnancy was an accident. She switched birth controls. The problem being, Amy is about to start her surgical residency and her hours are insane. It is basically impossible to raise a baby while working in that rhythm, so she wanted a get-out-of-baby card. The problem is that Mark, 35 male, her fiance, 6 years together, wanted her to keep the baby. It caused a big fight. In a mean move to convince Amy to keep the baby, Mark told Dad about this. Until that point, no one in our family knew about this. Dad talked with her and they got into an enormous fight. Amy went and got the get-out-of-baby card 10 days ago. Mark ended up breaking up with her. She is obviously really sad. My dad was acting like a jerk. He was pretending that Amy didn't exist. He didn't want to talk or see her. So on Christmas Day, we were exchanging gifts. When everyone had already finished giving each other gifts, Dad got up and gave Amy her present. He gave her an envelope in front of everyone and told her to open it. It was 3 pictures with something written on the back: a name, an address, and a phone number. Dad told her that he was tired of babying her, that this is a photo of her bio mom and her 2 sons. That was her bio mom's address, and that he contacted her biological mom and she is willing to speak with Amy. He gave her Amy's number. Dad thinks that they will have a great relationship since they are so similar. Oh my god. Amy broke down crying. I ended up in a fight with Dad, called him a monster for doing that to her. He just said he was just tired and left. We ended up leaving and she spent the rest of Christmas crying on my shoulder. She is a mess since that. My younger brother called me a Grinch for making a scene and ruining Christmas. My mom was silent during the whole thing. My parents have been giving me the cold shoulder since Christmas. Am I the butthole here? No, you came to your sister's defense when she was obviously being, I don't know, that was just messed up. Just regardless of anything, man, your daughter's in pain. She didn't do anything wrong, really. I mean, depends on who you ask, but, you know, most people nowadays would say she didn't do anything wrong. And he decides to just rub salt in her wounds like that. Just, that is not being a parent. That is being a petty little bastard. Alright, this story's called Am I the Butthole for Telling My Mom I'm Moving Back In with My Dad for Good? My parents got divorced in 2018 and are both remarried now. My dad's wife is pretty chill. She's really young and we get along well. She can't have kids. She and my dad travel. She's super cool and I like her. My mom's husband is sort of strict and he's really into his kid. He's supposedly mildly autistic. He knows better than to do what he's doing. He's 17 and he goes to an Ivy for university. And he's the main reason why I'm moving out of my mom's. My mom's husband's son has made me into what I guess I would call his special person. He's constantly following me. He doesn't give me any privacy. He has absolute meltdowns when I try to leave the house or go out with my friends. He slams on the door and screams when I'm in the bathroom or when I lock my door. My stepdad took down my door because I locked it to get away from his son, and my mom was silent and didn't defend me because I've realized that I'm only living with her because I take the heat off of her and I'm suffering because she doesn't want to deal with him. This isn't the way I want to live my life. I feel like a prisoner and I'm constantly walking on eggshells. I didn't sign up for this, and I'm not interested in being the primary caretaker of some man's nearly adult child who he won't take care of or discipline. His son manipulates people into giving in because they don't want to argue or fight, and he pretends to not understand, but he's going advanced psychology classes at an Ivy League. He has to know what he's doing and how he's making me feel because I've looked in books and read them, and I'm autistic, and I've explained in ways that make sense to me, but he doesn't care about what he's done to me. Anyway, a few days before Christmas, I told my mom that I wouldn't be coming back to her place in the new year, and she got heated and yelled at me and told me that I didn't have a choice. She turned on the waterworks, and my stepdad called me a selfish bimbo. Whoa! And she had a complete meltdown where he had to get her water and she was crying. I simply told her that I turned 18 on January 2nd, 2021, and that if she wants to go to court, I'll see her there. She's been texting me now and blowing up my phone and asking me to come back, but I just sent her that Chris Evans, "Oh, I don't think I will" meme, and I feel like an avoidant piece of poo. Am I the butthole? No, you're not. That sounds like a ridiculous living situation. Your stepdad sounds like a jerk. I was about to say something mean. Your mom is not being understanding of what you need. Privacy and alone time and not being constantly whatever the hell on by your freaking stepbrother. Like, that's, man. Alright, this story's called, Am I the Butthole for Telling an Employee That Pregnancy Is Not an Excuse for Low Productivity? I work in an office. Due to the nature of our work and our employer, we are not working remotely right now, where I supervise a team of 3 people. The end of the year is our crunch time, and it means that my entire team is putting in more hours than normal, and everyone is expected to answer their phones and emails pretty much round the clock. Christmas accepted, of course. Most of my team is doing great, except for one woman I'll call Kara. Kara told me 2 weeks ago that she is pregnant, and she is about 10 weeks along. The only reason she told me in the first place was because I had to write her up for not being as available as she needed to be. She was calling in sick at least once a week for the past 4 weeks, and when she was at the office, she was not 100% focused on her work. She explained that she has severe morning sickness and that she has been vomiting multiple times per day, and some days she needed to take off. I agreed to work with her and told her that she can come in later and stay later if she needs to get around the morning sickness. But she apparently is sick all day. I made other concessions too. I'm allowing time off for doctor's appointments and allowing her to take more frequent breaks throughout the day. Apparently, she can no longer eat a regular lunch and must eat multiple times during the day. This all seemed perfectly reasonable to me, as long as she held up her part of the bargain and maintained her productivity during this stressful time. Well, she is not. She has called out sick once already since then, and she has not made herself available for calls during off hours. My other staff is staying at the office until 8 or 9 in the evening, but Kara is out by 6, and apparently she goes straight to sleep when she gets home and keeps her phone muted during that time. We have had to scramble to cover for her. Her work quality has also suffered, as apparently she has difficulty concentrating due to headaches and won't take anything for them. I sat her down yesterday and relayed my concerns. She acknowledged how her lack of productivity has hurt the rest of the staff, but claimed that she is physically struggling a great deal. I told her that was no excuse because she is only in her first trimester and barely even pregnant yet. I also questioned whether it was fair to other women that she was using a normal bodily function as an excuse for low productivity. This is what women fought to counteract during the feminist movement. She said she understood and would try to do better. I told my wife about it and she called me a butthole, saying that I have no idea how hard pregnancy can be. I just think that it is unfair for an entire staff to pick up someone's slack because they made a personal decision to become pregnant. So, am I the butthole? Honestly, this is a toughie. I am an individual who has never been pregnant, who cannot get pregnant, at least with modern medicine. I don't want to be pregnant. I just want to stay not pregnant forever. But my point is, honestly, you should consult with someone like more qualified to determine whether or not she's acting irrationally or not. Like, this is a huge problem in like many facets of society, okay? Basically, men are just one group of people making decisions about issues that have never, do not, or will ever affect them. And it could be just like your boomer parents telling you that cyberbullying isn't a thing, your feelings are illegitimate and you're just a baby, or in this case, a dude telling a woman that she capping with her pregnancy, essentially. Like, pregnancies can be vastly different between person to person. And every one of you people who have been pregnant before in the comments can let me know whether or not, that is true. And for all we know, it could be some sort of freaking pregnancy complication or sickness or something, because those are things that happen. Like, for instance, my cousin, she was pregnant with her baby and she like developed asthma. Like, not anymore, she doesn't have it anymore, but she had asthma for a bit as a result of her pregnancy. Like, there's so many different things that could be happening with her, and I definitely feel like you should be consulting someone who knows more about the issues at hand. All right, this story's called, Am I the Butthole for Expecting My Boyfriend to Replace All My Socks, the exact same ones as I had before? This might seem silly. I, 24 female, like wearing cheerful socks. Since my uniform is all white, currently working as a phlebotomist, it usually cheers up the patients too. I've spent a few years collecting strange socks. Ones with sushi, pizza, corgis, cats, Nick Cage, etc. That is badass. Oh my god. I think I had about 30 pairs. My boyfriend, 29 male, has always hated them and thinks they're childish. So I agreed to only wear them to work and never on dates or around his friends or family. I thought that was fair. No! What? On Boxing Day, his parents came over for coffee and gifts. Just the four of us, which is allowed where I live, and keeping a solid 3 meters apart. What? That's like over 10 feet. I accidentally put on a pair of childish socks, and his mother made a comment about them. I explained that I wear them to work to cheer people up, and she liked that. Good. My boyfriend didn't. Screw him. No, don't. The next day, all my socks were gone, and the drawer was filled with plain black socks. I asked my boyfriend, and he told me he threw them away and purchased some more appropriate socks, so I won't embarrass him in front of his parents again. Oh, break up with him. I told him that's insane. They were mine, and he had no right to throw them away, not to mention that I spent quite some time collecting them. So I made a list of the ones I remembered I had and told him that I expect the same ones as a replacement. He told me that's completely unreasonable. No, it's not. And that it would take a lot of time, effort, and money for him to find those specific pairs. Tough noodles! I haven't changed my mind yet. They cost me a lot of time and effort to find them too. I think he's being controlling. He thinks I'm being unreasonable and demanding. Ha! Am I the butthole? I think I might be a butthole for asking for the exact same pairs. No, you're not. I know that'll take a lot of effort to find. No! Edit. Thanks everyone for replying. I've realized that this might not be a normal fight and am evaluating the relationship. Good. That is not okay! Ooh, that heated me up. I don't know why. It's like a microwave. Ooh! Oh my gosh. Okay, OP's already got it figured out. Oh my gosh. Guys, it's not okay. If you want to wear socks, you wear socks, all right? I don't care if your boyfriend thinks they're childish. You wear your goddamn socks if you want to wear your goddamn socks. Oh, like this whole issue is just, I don't know. It's shocking that anyone could, Oh my god, I'm sorry, that last story really got to me for some reason. Whew, okay. Am I the butthole for using some of my kids' Christmas money for Christmas dinner? Oh no. I, 42 male, was hoping this issue would blow over, but my kids, 15 female and 12 male, are still refusing to speak to me, and my daughter suggested I post about it here. My wife, 41 female, comes from a lot of money, and her family really hates me because I'm not rich like them, but my wife doesn't doesn't care and loves me anyway. Every Christmas, they'll send her and my kids extravagant gifts while I get a pair of socks from Walmart. But it's whatever. I lost my job due to the pandemic. My wife is a stay-at-home mom and was really worried we wouldn't be able to have Christmas this year. And I know my kids are sent Christmas cards with $250 cash in each. This is way more money than either of them needs, so I took $100 from each of them and used it to buy a nice Christmas dinner. My kids tutted and complained the whole meal. They didn't even seem interested in opening the gifts my wife and I got for them. We told them to stop being ungrateful, and my daughter jumped up and yelled that she didn't want to eat dinner with us, and my son followed her upstairs. My wife and I believe what we did was justified, but because my daughter suggested I post it here, I thought, why not? Do you guys think I was the butthole in this situation? For further clarity, I have never done anything like this and definitely would not have done it if I had a job. Am I the butthole? OP. Okay, first of all, you used someone else's money on something non-essential. It doesn't matter if it was your kids, it was someone else's money, okay? $250 to a lot of people is a lot of money. $250 to a kid, that's like $1 million, all right? You used their money, okay, on Christmas dinner for everyone. They didn't want it, okay? If you had asked them and you had gotten their blessing to take their money for Christmas dinner, then I'm sure that would have been fine.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.